TV show title: America, The Story of U.S., Season 1, Episode 5, Rise of the Republic. Summary: Rise of the Republic is the fifth episode of History Channel's America, The Story of U.S. series. The episode delves into the United States' journey from the Revolutionary War to the creation of the Constitution, followed by the rise of the Republic. It highlights the key events, leaders, and innovations that contributed to the formation of a democratic nation and the subsequent growth of the American economy. One Revolutionary War. The episode begins with the Revolutionary War, a conflict between the 13 colonies and Great Britain, which sought independence from British rule. George Washington emerges as a key figure and leader in the conflict. He demonstrates strategic prowess and perseverance during the harsh winter at Valley Forge. The Battle of Saratoga is portrayed as a pivotal moment in the war, as it secures French support for the colonies and boosts morale among the rebels. The eventual surrender of the British at the Battle of Yorktown marks the end of the war and the beginning of a new nation. 2 Articles of Confederation. Following the war, the newly independent states faced challenges in forming a unified government. The Articles of Confederation, the first attempt at a national constitution, proved to be weak and ineffective in dealing with the new nation's economic and political issues. The lack of a strong central government leads to internal disputes and economic instability, including the inability to repay war debts, which ultimately necessitates a new framework for governance. Shays Rebellion. As a result of the economic hardships faced by many Americans in the post-war period, Shays Rebellion, an armed uprising led by Daniel Shays, erupts in Massachusetts. The rebellion exposes the weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation and serves as a catalyst for the call to revise the nation's governing document. 4 Constitutional Convention. Response to the shortcomings of the Articles of Confederation, delegates from the states convene in Philadelphia in 1787 to revise the existing document. However, they soon realize that a completely new constitution is necessary. The delegates debate and negotiate the various aspects of the new constitution, grappling with issues such as representation, slavery, and the balance of power between the federal government and the states. 5. The Great Compromise. One of the most significant debates during the Constitutional Convention is the issue of representation in the new government. The smaller states advocate for equal representation, while the larger states argue for representation based on population. The delegates eventually reach a compromise, known as the Great Compromise or the Connecticut Compromise, which results in the creation of a bicameral legislature with a Senate, equal representation, and a House of Representatives, proportional representation. 6. 3/5 Compromise. Another contentious issue during the Constitutional Convention is how to count enslaved people for representation and taxation purposes. The 3/5 Compromise is reached, stating that for every 5 enslaved persons, 3 will be counted for representation in the House of Representatives and for direct taxation. 7. The Federalist Papers. The episode moves on to discuss the Federalist Papers, a series of essays written by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay under the pseudonym Publius. These essays are written to persuade the public and the states to ratify the new Constitution. The Federalist Papers play a crucial role in the dissemination of the Constitution's principles and the promotion of a strong federal government. 8 Anti-Federalists and the Bill of Rights, in response to concerns about the potential abuse of power by the new federal government. The first 10 amendments to the Constitution, known as the Bill of Rights, are proposed and ratified. These amendments guarantee individual liberties, such as freedom of speech, religion, and the right to bear arms, and limit the government's authority, addressing the concerns of the Anti-Federalists. Notable Anti-Federalists such as Patrick Henry and George Mason advocate for the inclusion of these protections to ensure that the new government does not infringe upon individual liberties. George Washington as President. The episode highlights the election of George Washington as the first President of the United States. Washington's presidency sets numerous precedents, including the establishment of a 2-term limit, the creation of a presidential cabinet, and the principle of a peaceful transfer of power. His administration faces challenges such as the Whiskey Rebellion, which tests the authority of the federal government to enforce laws and maintain order. 10 Alexander Hamilton's economic plan. As the first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton plays a significant role in shaping the nation's financial system. His economic plan involves the assumption of state debts by the federal government, the creation of a national bank, and the promotion of manufacturing and industry. These policies are instrumental in stabilizing the American economy and laying the foundation for future growth. Hamilton's vision of a strong, centralized financial system contrasts with the agrarian ideals of Thomas Jefferson, leading to the formation of the nation's first political parties. 11 John Adams' presidency. The episode briefly discusses the presidency of John Adams, the second President of the United States. Adams faces challenges such as the XYZ affair and the Alien and Sedition Acts, which test the limits of executive power and the principles of free speech and dissent. His presidency is marked by diplomatic tensions with France and domestic political strife. 12 Eli Whitney and the Cotton Gin. The episode concludes with a discussion of Eli Whitney's invention of the cotton gin, which revolutionizes the cotton industry and transforms the Southern economy. The cotton gin vastly increases cotton production and exports, leading to a boom in the textile industry and solidifying the importance of cotton in the global market. However, this surge in cotton production also results in the expansion of slavery, as the demand for cheap labor to work on cotton plantations rises significantly. 13 Growth of cities and infrastructure. As the United States continues to grow and expand, cities such as New York and Philadelphia become centers of commerce, culture, and politics. The episode also touches on the development of infrastructure, such as roads and canals, which promote trade and facilitate transportation, further fueling economic growth. 14 Conclusion. Rise of the Republic provides a comprehensive examination of the early years of the United States, focusing on the nation's struggle for independence. The formation of its democratic government, and the development of its economy. By highlighting critical events and figures such as George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and Eli Whitney. The episode illustrates the challenges and triumphs that led to the establishment of the United States as a democratic republic and a global economic power. The inclusion of examples such as the Great Compromise, the Federalist Papers, and the invention of the cotton gin helps viewers gain a deeper understanding of the forces that shaped the young nation.